Today I've been mostly making cheap and cheerful underquilts. Make yourself a cheap and cheerful underquilt. You will need a cheap and cheerful sleeping bag that you don't mind wrecking, some shock cord. This is pretty shocking shock cord from eBay. It's not very good, but it'll do for this. And a knife. Meet my mate Stanley. So, to get primary suspension, I made myself a little hole, threaded the shock cord right through alongside of the sleeping bag, popping out the other end. Now I've made it a secondary and primary combined, so it came out, and then I'm going to clip it to the end, come back, and that'll help pull out the underquilt. Did that on both sides and on both ends. I'll show you how it all works. Now to cinch up the ends of the quilt or sleeping bag, I've done the same thing, taking a bit of finer shock cord, put that through this nice little end channel to pop out there, so I can cinch that end up, stop the drafts. And that's about as complicated as it gets. I'll show you on a hammock what it should look like. Okay. So, the primary suspension just running through this side of the sleeping bag, all the way through, one end to the other, goes up to a carabiner up at the continuous loop, and then comes back down to the sleeping bag, where it threads through a hole I've just poked in with my friendly knife, and I'm just tying it off with a slippery hitch. So that gives me plenty of shock cord to give it stretch, but because this is rather poor quality 5mm shock cord from eBay, to give it the strength I've had to double it up to give it some sort of bounce. And then to tighten up the baffle, we have a shock cord which I push through a little channel at that end. Pretty simple stuff. And repeat it at this end. It'll be good for a summer hang. I needed to get this done because I'm on a group hang with some workmates, and they've got nothing. So what's it like to get in? Ooh. Down at the foot end, I guess it's less than 70 inches long, this thing, but it seems to fit me okay. And I found that even with it tightened up, I'd have a bit of a gap under my ass. So what I've done is I can take this cord, take it up to my ridge line, tie it off up there just to give it that extra oomph. Do that opposite my head end, and at the other end opposite my feet end. Tie that up, that gives it a lift. I did try putting it on the foot end and up at the head end, but I found it pushed me more towards the centre, restricted my diagonal a bit. But doing the the opposites, brought it up like that, snugged it up under my arms, and I was cosy. Really, that's all there is to it. Cheap sleeping bag, some shock cord. Good to go. Happy hanging.